Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Hey everybody! Oh, welcome to another episode of Trenny and C. I'm Trenny. This is C.
Yep.
And we've got a classic lineup behind us.
Trenny, C, and 4T.
Yes, we have been known to partner with 40 Creek, and they've been very good to us over the years.
For sure.
And they've sent us their brand spanking new,
Yes.
this one right here, this is the
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
40 Creek Maplewood Select. I'll go right up to the camera.
Yep.
And what's very cool about this one is this is bottled at 45%. A lot of their special releases are generally still in that 40% range. So kind of nice to have that boosted level right there.
No, I think you're wrong. I think they're all.
Well, the
This
master's
is 45.
Oh,
That's
is it?
45, and that's 48.
Oh God, I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
But that being said, it is 45. The cool thing is...
Well, now I'm extra happy.
Right, exactly. The cool thing is these limited editions
Are all 45%, which is great. That's what we love about them.
They always pretty much come out around September when they have the 40 Creek weekend, which is at the distillery. They do a big thing, and you can come and do tastings and visit and all that kind of stuff. They have events and everything.
Yeah.
So 40 Creek Chris, our boy, he sent us this one to give it a try, and let's give it a try.
Let's give it a little go.
A little gluggy gluggy.
So the previous releases, we have the Art of the Blend.
Cherrywood was the last one.
Or
the most
and then
recent.
the Master's Cut, and then the last year's or the most recent was the Cherrywood Reserve. So
And they've been doing this for years, but these I think are the last four. I think it was this, Cherrywood, Art of the Blend, Master's Cut. Yeah, Master's Cut 2021,
Yeah.
22, 23, 24. Yes.
perfect.
And so, yeah, so anyway, so we'll do color, nose, taste, finish, viscosity.
Yeah, and beautiful color on these things as always.
This is like a copper, shiny penny
Totally.
kind of deal.
Totally.
If you're familiar with a penny these days in Canada.
Yeah, you don't see them around too often, but
Oh my gosh, so nose, it reminds me a bit of the Art of the Blend.
yeah, it has a little bit of that kind of rhubarb strawberry kind of like stew kind of thing, stewed fruits sort of thing.
So if you're familiar with 40 Creek, the house style is kind of this, and I don't think they even like to hear this, but it is honestly kind of mapley.
Maple walnut.
Maple walnut, pralines and cream, kind of jobby.
Like vanilla bean, that kind of thing. So
So that's their underlying, but that primary first thing that hits your nose is like the fruit flavor, right?
yeah, it's a little bit more on the I want to say, and this isn't in a negative way, but on the like acidic, brighter, like lemony kind of side of things,
What I like about this one though is that this one is, it says here, the finest corn and rye whiskeys. So this one's corn and rye infused with kiln dried sugar maple wood. Okay, so they've got like some stave action that happened
that's
there.
cool. That's cool.
Put some staves in there. But this one's corn and rye, and sometimes you don't get the blend of the rye and the corn. Sometimes you just get the, like I know like Art of the Blend had this one had the
wine, the
Starboard
wine on there.
Starboard wine, and the Cherrywood I think was similar to this one in the sense that it had like the staves. This one, pot distilled, kissed with brandy.
Right, that's what that one was.
Steeped with Cherrywood. Okay. So each one of them is like its own unique thing. And then you had Master's Cut, which was the cast strength version. And this was a freaking banger.
Yeah.
Like, Master's Cut was
Love
banger.
that
So,
one.
but like each year, they're all really good.
And they're
like,
doing different things, which is cool. Like,
it's like their experimental time. Right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
we try something new. And
again, so back to the nose on this, it is like that bright, fruit forward,
like vanilla ice cream.
vanilla, kind of like strawberries, but like when strawberries have a little bit of that sour tang to it, on the nose.
But then the mapleiness that
But then
is
the
40
maple
Creek,
on
like
that,
the
that
house
creaminess,
style.
yeah.
And you know what? Like I got to be honest with you. When I try a 40 Creek, that's what I want to taste.
Totally.
I
mean,
I
it's their
love
house
40
style.
Creek.
And yeah, the people go back to 40 Creek because it has a house style, and they know if you like that house style, chances are you're going to like a lot of their varieties that they come out with. And they are all a little bit different. So that's cool too. Yeah. You know, it's not just, you're not just getting the same thing every year.
Okay. So let's give it a taste then.
45%.
Okay. As stated.
I mean, the 40 creakiness is right up front and forward on this one.
Heavy 40 creakiness.
Very, very 40 creaky.
But then you got a little bit of the extra kick of the 45%.
You get and that actually creates a little bit more of those drying characteristics too on the finish, which is really nice.
Nice nuttiness to me on this one. Like you get a little bit of like the back palate finish to me has a little bit of a little sizzle to it, a little heat, a little spice, a little rye spice.
The rye
and
spice
then
is actually pretty noticeable on the finish, I would say too.
Well, and that's what Chris kind of warned me about. He was like, oh, just so you know, it's like, this one's a little bit kind of like bolder and spicier. And it's not like spicy to the point where you're like, whoa, that's hot. It's like spicy presence.
Well, it's nice because it shows the variety that rye grain can have.
Yeah, what it can bring.
Like in American whiskeys, it behaves a little bit more like a bourbon, and it's kind of like the terroir and how they make it. Where here in Canada, there's quite a wide variety of rye styles, you know, because sometimes a rye actually is more corn forward or whatever you want to say. Like
there's some ryes where you're like, oh, must be 100% corn.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Where this has like a spiciness to it, a little bit drier finishings.
Well, let's read their tasting notes. They have ripe berry. Totally agree, right? Fresh corn, yes. White pepper, which actually, when you think about it, like a little bit of that kind of like that tingle. Dry tingle. Delightful silky texture. Hold on, let's confirm.
Where's the silk? Where?
Yep, correct.
That's in the viscosity.
Corn sweetness.
Corn sweetness is there for sure. It's
big spice.
I think the big spice is like very like 3/4 of the way of the palate into the finish. You know, like it's once you've had your sip and then it's finishing.
Rounded out with flavor of Maplewood, which if you assume Maplewood tastes like maple, then yeah. Which I have to assume Maplewood.
Maple walnut, really.
Yeah.
But cool, you know, and maybe we don't know this completely, but 40 Creek is very good price point on whiskeys too.
Yeah, it's in the like 85.
Yeah, so like, I mean, you're gonna get something different.
You gotta get the limited edition every year, pretty much. Like it's pretty much a guarantee it's gonna be good.
You know what? We are pretty proud Canadians, and we're pretty proud to promote some of these awesome products. And if you guys out there are still, and go get your scotches, get your bourbons, all that sort of stuff, but you're wanting to get into the Canadian whiskey market, there's not much better of a place to start than some of these 40 Creek different varieties.
It is a gateway whiskey.
It's a great gateway whiskey for sure.
It's a gateway to Canadian whiskey because you won't be disappointed in like you said, if you're going from a scotch and a bourbon and you want to try Canadian whiskey and then you try this, you're gonna be like, that's so Canadian.
And it's just so different if you don't know it, you know? And that's sometimes that differentness in whiskey, you get complacent when you try whiskey, a bunch of the same things all the time.
But like you said, so inviting.
Oh yeah.
So inviting. There's nothing offensive that ever happens out of a bottle of 40 Creek. Like it's all sweet pleasures.
Well, let's put it this way. Their cask strength is 48.5%.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like still an
even
inviting
yeah.
strength of whiskey, but it works super well. So
yeah, no, I really like this one.
Yeah. Good job, you guys.
Subscribe, leave a comment. We'll see you next time. So crushable.
Yeah.
Like you could demolish that.
You know, like
pour that over ice.
One of those couple ice cubes in there.
I know, I'm already
fucking shit faced.
I'm already
You're set.
I might pour a little top up.